A lot of us are sitting at our desks pretty much all day, and I have put together a 10-minute stretch that you can do in between stuff during the day. Because if you're sitting all day between, like, say 9 and 5 or whatever the times are, your low back starts to really bug you, your neck starts to bug you because you're doing this in front of the computer. So just a few things that you could do. It takes 10 minutes, and let's just try it out and see if it gives you a little bit of relief. So the first thing we're going to start with today is just your arms. So you're going to extend your arms out, and you're going to rotate. I'm just going to turn myself a bit. So I'm rotating my palms, externally rotating them. So I'm stretching them out and externally rotating them. It kind of feels weird. So my baby fingers are away from each other and then towards each other. Okay? So we'll just do that 5 times. So away and towards each other, away, towards each other, away, towards each other, away, towards each other. One more time. Away, towards each other. Good. And then you can just do some shoulder rolls here. So just rolling the shoulders back. And our arms do a lot of work when we're in front of the computer. So we're going to do another arm stretch now. So just taking out one of the arms, let's start with your right one. You're just going to rotate as far in the opposite direction as possible, and you're going to feel a stretch here, which kind of feels nice. You can drop the shoulder a little bit, so just stretching out. And just taking a few deep breaths here. You can breathe in and out of the nose or in and out of the mouth, whatever feels good for you. One more deep breath in, and then slowly rotating the arm back. Same thing on the left side. You're just going to bring your thumb down and then reach it all the way around. Oh yeah. And you're just going to try to relax in the shoulder here. And just nice deep breaths. I'll take 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then release the arms. Shake them out a little bit. That's it. And then we're going to move on to the neck. So because we spend a lot of time in this kyphotic thing, we do this a lot. We're going to just work a little bit with our neck and the shoulders. So just starting with your right arm, you're going to bring your right arm up above you and place this on the side of the head. And then just bring the ear, your right ear a little closer towards the shoulder. Good. If this is an intense enough stretch for you, you can just hang out here. You're just going to take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just gently see if you can bring the ear a little closer to the shoulder. If it really hurts or feels super painful, then just stay here and breathe. You don't have to go any deeper than whatever you're feeling. If you want more intensity in the stretch, you're just going to relax your left arm down. And if you lengthen through your fingertips, you're going to feel a stretch all along the side here. So taking a deep breath in, as you exhale, bring the right ear a little closer to the shoulder and keep lengthening through your fingertips. So it's almost like you're drawing your fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, really lengthening through your arms. So you're really stretching. Try to stretch your fingers as much as you can on the left hand if you want more intensity. If that doesn't feel good for you, then don't do it. You can just keep your arm down and do it this way. Good, so we're going to do 2 more breaths together. Breathe in and exhale to go a little bit deeper, if that feels good for you. Inhale slightly off. You can even come all the way up if you want a little more relief. Exhale to go a little deeper than you did before. And let's just take 3 deep breaths here together. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly float your head up. Inhale. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, let everything go. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left hand to the side of the head. Right arm stays down. So you're going to take a breath in as you exhale, just bringing your left ear a little closer to the shoulder, lengthening through your opposite arm. So I'm lengthening through my right arm. If that doesn't feel good, I can also option to just rest my arm here. You're going to breathe in, so straighten the head. Exhale, go a little deeper than you did before. Breathe gently and deeply in through the nose, and then just exhale to go a little deeper. Try to drop your opposite shoulder down, so really avoid trying to do that. So really try to lengthen through your right arm and hand, really thinking about it drawing down towards the floor. Inhale here, exhale to go a little bit deeper than you did before. And one more time, breathe deeply in. And exhale, we're just going to stay here, take 3 deep breaths. And 1, 2, and 3. And then slowly on your next inhalation, slowly floating the head back up. Resting your arms on your thighs. You're just going to do a little back and forth here to see how that feels in your neck, just gently. Good. And then let's go a little farther. So you're going to inhale, look over to the right shoulder as far as you can. Take a breath in here, and it's like you're tracing a semicircle with your chin, and your chin is going to bring you all the way over to the other side. So you're looking over the left shoulder, and then you're going to take a nice deep breath in here. And as you exhale, once again, bring your chin down towards the chest, rotating and drawing a semicircle over towards the right. Inhale. Use your entire exhalation as you're drawing the semicircle with your chin to bring you over to the left side. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. I'm going to exhale. My whole exhalation is taking me all the way over to the other side. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Semicircle to the left. And then from here, I'm just going to gently come back to center. So my chin is going to be in line with my collarbone. So I'm going to put my hands now on my chin, lengthening, so I'm going to feel like I have a string on the top of my head, and I'm just going to sort of just gently bring the chin, so if I feel my collarbone here, that little divot here in between the collarbone, I just want my chin to be in line there. So I'm just going to get a little bit taller. And then from here, I'm going to just bring my left arm to the side of my chair, so you can have it wherever you want, and we're just going to do a little side bend. So I'm just going to reach my right arm overhead, option to hold the side of the chair or put your hand right onto the chair and the arm is straight. Relax in the left shoulder, so don't bring the shoulder up to the ear. And just take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, you're just reaching over to the side. So the whole body is moving to the side, and you're going to feel a stretch along the side ribs. Relaxing in your left shoulder. So my arms are a bit longer, so I'm going to hold the lower part of the chair because I want my arm to be straight so that my shoulder is relaxed. And then I'm going to take 3 breaths here. 1. Really trying to relax my shoulders away from my ears. 2. And 3. So just a little side note here, if you find bringing the arm overhead is really hard on the shoulder, the option here, or an alternate option, is also just placing your hand on the side of your hip here, and you can still get the benefit of getting a side stretch. So sometimes if your arms feel really tired here, option to also do this. And we're going to do the same thing, so slowly come back up and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to inhale my left arm up, holding the side of my chair, either here on the seat or a little further down on the leg. Breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to just keep both of your bum bones on the seat and just think of hinging from the side of the body. Relaxing the shoulders. Take a deep breath in here. If you want to go a little further, exhale. Keep your sits bones or your bum bones, those knobby parts on your bum. I know they're there. Keep them on the seat, so don't let them come off. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Think of your shoulders drawing down to the floor and away from your ears. 1 more deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhalation, you're going to slowly come back to center. Maybe shake out the arms. That's it. Good. And then from here, we're just going to do some circles. So you're just basically pressing into your feet. You're just going to do a little circle. So it's like, imagine that your head is a Sharpie and you are drawing circles on the ceiling with your torso and your head. I know it sounds kind of funny. So just doing circles. Or you could imagine that you have a big hula hoop, even though you're sitting down, and you're just going to do these circles with your torso. Your bottom is going to come, your sits bones are going to come a little bit off the floor because you're shifting the weight. This is really good for low back issues, especially if you're sitting a lot. And then you can reverse your circle going in the other direction. And usually the rule of thumb with the breath here, if you want to get some nice deep breathing in at the same time, is you're going to inhale when you start at the top of the circle and use your exhalation to go all the way around. So you can do that if you want. If you don't want to, you can just do the circles, whatever feels better for your body. So it's always good to get a little bit of breathing in anyways if you're stretching, because it really brings all this great oxygenated blood to your body, and it gets you in a more relaxed state, which also enables you to be great after you stretch and relax and breathe, because then you're more focused, because the body's autonomic nervous system relaxes, which is what we need in order to focus. So it's like a little reset. Slowly bringing yourself back to center. And from here, I'm just gonna angle my chair a bit so you can see me. We're gonna do something called cat-cow. It's called in yoga, but it's just basically a pelvic tilt. So I got my hands on my thighs, and I'm just going to tilt my belly down towards the earth, and I'm going to feel a stretch in my low back. My bottom is coming a little bit off my chair. And then from here, I'm going to draw into my spine and bring myself back into my chair. So it's like I've got a little string that's pulling me down towards the earth, so I feel a stretch in the low back. And then I'm going to draw my navel into my spine, or just think of hugging the belly in. And I'm going to soften in my shoulders here. My chin is looking towards my chest. So I'm going to inhale. When I do this, my shoulders are coming back and I'm opening through the chest. And then I'm slowly coming into this sort of, it's called like a C curve, where I'm drawing my navel in and bringing my chin to my chest. It should feel pretty good. So I'm opening through the shoulders here and opening through the spine. That's it. And inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Just a couple more times at your own pace. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's really more to just stretch out your spine. Really doesn't matter how you perform the exercise, as long as you do it and it feels good for the body. One more time. Inhale forward. Exhale, chin to chest to come back. And then from here, we're going to do a little stretch for your hip. So this one's a little bit trickier. You're going to sit down. If you have a desk, you can put your arm on the desk. I'm going to start stretching my right hip flexor. That's right here. So I'm going to sit halfway onto my seat, and I'm going to drop my right leg down. So I'm going to move this back a bit so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it a little bit more of an angle. Good. So I'm dropping my right hip down. So I'm going to really, if I have a desk here, I can put my hand on my desk, but I don't have one. So I'm going to put my hands here. I'm dropping my right hip down. And you're going to kind of, if you press into the top of the foot, you're going to feel a stretch in the front of the thigh. And I'm just going to take 5 deep breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Slowly bring the leg back, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So my right leg is sort of halfway onto the seat. My left leg is behind. I'm going to angle the chair a bit so you can see me here. My foot is on the floor, and I'm kind of dropping my hip here. If I had a desk, I could put my arm on the desk, and I'm going to press into the top of my foot, lift through my torso a bit here, and I'm going to feel a stretch in the front of my left hip. And just take 5 deep breaths here. If 5 is too much, you can take 3. And again, nice deep breath in. Good, one more time. Good, placing your hand on the seat, slowly bring the leg back up. All right, from here you're gonna come to standing, and I've got my chair here in front of me, and I'm just gonna do a little side lunge. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna bend my right knee and extend my left leg out to the side. I think it's better this way. So I'm holding onto the chair, my right knee is bent, both of my feet are facing forward. And I'm just going to bend my right knee and stretch out the inner thigh here. So I'm just taking my left leg out to the side. So you can either do it this way, or if you need more support, you can hold, this might be better, hold the chair right in front of you. So you're feeling a stretch in the upper inner thigh here. And you just want to take 5 deep breaths. Oh, that feels good. You want to make sure your shoulders here are in line with your hips. And just 5 deep breaths. Breathe gently, deeply in. Breathe gently, deeply out. Inhale. Exhale. And do 3 breaths at your own pace. So I'm really pressing into the outer edge of my left foot. My right knee is slightly bent, it doesn't have to be too bent. And you know you've got the stretch because you're going to feel it in the upper inner thigh. Slowly come back to center with both legs, and then you'll do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to bend your left knee, right leg is going to come out to the side, and you're just going to hold onto the front of your chair here, and just breathe. That's it. Make sure the shoulders are in line with the hips here. Nice deep breaths into the body. Good, slowly coming up here. And then one last stretch. You're just going to extend out over your chair. So just bring your chair out in front of you, hands in front of you. Feet are in a parallel position, so they're facing your chair. And you can rest your head down. From here, you just want to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine that you're reaching your bottom towards the back wall or whatever is behind you. So just reaching, try to reach through your back. You're going to feel a big stretch in the back of the legs here. You may feel a stretch in the back as well. This is an excellent stretch for your hamstrings that get super tight when you sit all day long. It's also really good for the back and the shoulders. It's a nice overall stretch. So just taking a few deep breaths here. Good, and then slowly coming all the way back up. You can walk your hands towards, or your feet rather, towards your chair. And then you can sit back into your chair and go back to work.